Have you got 5 minutes? Well, how about creating a fun fold card in just a matter of 5 minutes? Friends, these cards, super easy. And when you want to create a card in a hurry, why not make it a fun fold? Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. And today I'm going to teach you how to create these amazing little fun fold cards. You can make them in a matter of minutes. You can use any stamp set, any designer series paper. They come together so fast and easy. So, how about we go over the supplies you need to create these simple cards? I will share the measurements in the video, but guys, don't mess with writing it down. I've got this free download for you. You'll find this at simplysimplestamping.com, or you can look down in the YouTube description. There's a direct link. Here, you're going to have the supply list, the measurements, scoring, cutting, photos. If you need to come back and watch the video, you can click or scan that QR code right there. I'm going to be featuring some new products from Stampin' Up. And if you're in the United States, I would love to be your Stampin' Up demonstrator. Guys, if you will click or scan this image or follow the link right there, it'll take you to my online store. You can see all the products I used in today's video, and you can order from there as well. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support through your orders. All right, now let's jump into our first card. Birthday cards, we all need plenty of those, right? Well, this one comes together, like I said, so quick and easy. I'm going to start with a piece of Poppy Parade that is 11 inches by 4 1/4. I have scored that at 2 3/4 and 5 1/8. So we're just going to fold that in half, and then we're going to fold that 2 3/4 back. Let's give that a good crease. So that's the base of my card. I'm going to come in with a pretty floral stamp set. I loved this little floral image here. So let's start with a Poppy Parade ink pad and a piece of scratch paper. So I'm just going to put that underneath me. And we're going to start with just the flowers. Now we'll be using, this is a 2-step stamp, and we'll be using that inside part on the inside of our card. But here we just want to add some flowers around our card, just very random. There's really no right or wrong to this. When you get up to that top part, I'm going to move my scratch paper so that I can get a couple right there. Okay, we're going to also come in and we're going to stamp what's going to go on the inside of the card. So I'm going to bring in now a Granny Apple Green ink pad. And down here at the bottom, we're going to stamp just that single stem. We're going to take that same Poppy Parade. We're going to stamp it right there. Now we get to come in with that solid image that goes in the background. I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp off once because that would be very, very dark. We're just going to lay that right on top, and it just gives some great color in the background. So friends, that is there for the inside of my card. Since I have my Granny Apple Green ink pad out, I'm going to bring in another stamp set because the Pretty Florals doesn't have any sentiments in it. So I'm going to be using one of my new favorites. This is called Encircled with Love. Fantastic images. I absolutely love them. So I'm making a birthday card. You could make yours any kind of card you want. This stamp set has a little bit of everything. I'm going to bring in a brand new punch. This is the 1 7/8 inch circle punch. So I'm just going to center up my cardstock. By the way, that was a 2.5 by 2.5 basic white. Just a piece of scrap will do. So there is my punched greeting for the front. Now in my instructions, I also have you cut out a 2-inch circle from Poppy Parade. We're just going to layer these together. So go ahead and get that done since I'm there. And we're ready to put the card together. It really is that easy. So I'm going to add some adhesive there to my basic white. This was a 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to add that to a 4 by 5 1/4 Granny Apple Green for a great layer to the inside of my card. That is going to adhere to the inside. And now I've got another piece of Granny Apple Green, and some designer series paper. This is the Florals in Bloom. And the designer series paper is a 2.5 by 4 inch. I'm going to layer that on some granny apple green that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. We're going to add this right here to the front of my card. And we're going to add this to the front of our card. Now, this is a tip. I love to share this tip on Tuesdays. I'm going to flip my cardstock over and I'm going to go ahead and kind of get it lined up where I want it. All right. So I can see. That allows me to see right where to put my adhesive. Okay. No guessing. Am I going up too far? No, that does it perfect for me every time. And now I can add that there. I am a little more off to the right side of my card, but I do that for a reason because now I'm ready to add my happy birthday wishes. And I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive right here. You can bring it straight up and down. You can do it at an angle. I love to do my greetings and things at an angle. I just think it's kind of fun. So we'll add that there. Last thing we need to do is add a little bit of ribbon. And this is the 1/4 inch white ribbon. I've just simply tied it in a knot. I love to do that. It allows me to kind of conserve my ribbon, but still allows me to add that without having to use a lot. This can go wherever you want. I think I'm going to put it down here at the bottom and 5 minutes to an easy fun fold, right? So easy. Let me show you another card. Don't forget about the free download that I have for you that goes along with today's video. When you're ready to recreate these cards, having the measurements, the supplies, even a link back to the video is going to come in so handy. Remember, you can find that at simplysimplestamping.com or simply look down in the YouTube description for a direct link. Because we always need the cards for the guys, right? So this one is, I know a good thing when I see it. And I see a lot of good things in you, sending good vibes. You know what? Those men, they love a card of encouragement. Like to stick these in my husband's backpack and things when he leaves for work. So these are always fun. Friends, the measurements are exactly the same. The only thing that changed were the colors. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. That was, again, that 11 inches by 4 1/4. And I've scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 to create my base. But instead of stamping on it, we're going to do a little dry embossing. So I've got the mini corrugated embossing folder. And I'm going to put mine, I wanted my corrugation to go straight up and down versus going long ways. You can do it either way. So this is going to go in kind of sideways here. But what you want to do is you want to line up your score line with that edge right there along that edge of your embossing folder so that you don't go beyond it. Now, normally we would run an embossing folder through our machine with the seam side. Occasionally we have to turn it and it is okay. So I'm going to run it through my machine this way. This is a 3D embossing folder. And so we are going to start with base plate 1. We're going to lay our embossing folder and our cardstock, and then we're going to top it with base or embossing plate 4, run that through our machine. And now we're going to have something like that. So we're not even going to do any stamping on that. I'm going to bring in 2 pieces here of some basic beige. This is that 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have another 2.5 by 2.5. But we are going to use the stamp set, The Right Words. Loved this one. So many different great sentiments and greetings. So with an early espresso ink pad, we are going to stamp our greeting right here and coming back in with the 1 7/8 inch circle punch. We can line that up, give that a punch. We're ready to layer that here on a 2-inch circle punch of early espresso. All right, so we have that. Here on the inside, let's stamp our sending good vibes. And you're going to want to kind of bring that down just a little bit. And we can add this to a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 of early espresso. And this can now be added to the inside of our card. Honestly, guys, I sometimes am just shocked at how fast and easy this card is. Add that to the inside of our card. And now our layering pieces, I've got early espresso 3 3/4 by 4 1/4, and then the woven textures. And both sides of this are gorgeous. I love this paper, and it's so perfect for masculine cards. This one again is that 2 1/2 by 4. We'll layer that together. I'm going to add that just like I did before with that tip that I shared with you so that you can see exactly where that needs to go. And I'll flip that over, add it right here to the front of my card. Give that a good press because you've got that corrugated embossed image or cardstock underneath. You want to make sure it seals really good. To add our greeting, we'll add a little adhesive right here. And again, at an angle, straight up and down, whatever works for you. Again, we're going to come in with a little bit of ribbon, but not to worry because a ribbon knot isn't too girly. Okay. It really isn't. And this is the basic beige classic ribbon. It is truly that classic. I love it because it goes really well with very vanilla as well as the basic beige. And friends, there you go. Easy, easy. It just couldn't be any easier. So, if you have 5 minutes, you can make this quick and easy card. I love creating these. As I said at the beginning, change out the colors, change out the designer series paper. It's a great way to use up some scraps of designer series paper that you might have. You can come up with just about anything. If you don't have designer series paper, you can stamp your own. Just take a 2 by 4 and a 2 1/2 by 4 inch piece of basic white, basic beige, very vanilla, stamp randomly off all over it, and you can create your own paper just as easy. I hope that you enjoyed the video today. Hey, if you did, would you do me a favor? There's a thumbs up button there on YouTube. If you take a moment to click that, I'd really appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed and you like paper crafting videos, be sure to click that subscribe button so YouTube can let you know whenever I'm back with a new video. I share twice a week here on the channel, and I'd love to have you join. Hey, if you really like paper crafting, be sure to check out the join button next to the subscribe button. You can read all about my YouTube membership. We do all kinds of fun fold cards and a lot of other perks as well. I'd love for you to check that out and see if it's something you might be interested in. We have a really good time there on the membership. Well, my friends, that's all for me. Have a fantastic day. Go create something amazing today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.